Here's something that every leader deploying AI at scale is going to encounter, and most of them aren't prepared for it. AI systems operate on the data they're given, the processes they're embedded in, and the culture they're deployed into. When the data is reliable, the processes are clear, and the culture values honest accountability, AI amplifies all of that. The outputs are better, the decisions are faster, and the governance is defensible. When the data is unreliable, the processes are murky, and the culture has been silently tolerating a gap between what people say they do and what they actually do. AI amplifies that too. It makes the gap faster, bigger, and harder to ignore. AI didn't create the integrity problem in most organizations. It just made it impossible to paper over. And for many leaders, that's going to be the most valuable, uncomfortable thing AI has ever done for them. EY's 2024 Global Integrity Report found that nearly 40% of respondents express a willingness to behave unethically for personal advancement. That's not a new problem. It's a persistent one. And when AI systems start making and reinforcing decisions at scale in environments with that level of integrity risk, the outcomes compound quickly. Here's what that looks like in practice. A team that has been selectively reporting performance numbers feeds those numbers into an AI analysis tool. The AI builds a model on the selectively reported data. The model produces recommendations that reflect the same selective picture. Leadership makes decisions based on those recommendations, with no visibility into the gap between the data and reality. Or, a hiring manager who has been unconsciously favoring a particular candidate profile trains the team's AI hiring tool on historical decisions. The AI learns to replicate that bias at scale without the manager's awareness that that's what's happening. In both cases, the integrity problem predates AI. AI just propagated it faster and more systematically than a human team would have. Here's the honest message. If your organization has integrity gaps, AI will find them. The question is whether you find them in a controlled environment where you can fix them, or in a regulatory inquiry, a lawsuit, or a public incident. The integrity infrastructure that AI requires has three elements. First, data integrity. AI systems are only as trustworthy as the data they operate on. If the data entering your AI systems is selectively reported, politically filtered, or systematically incomplete, the AI will produce outputs that reflect and amplify those distortions. Data integrity isn't just a technical problem, it's a culture problem. It requires an organizational environment where people feel safe reporting accurate information even when it's unflattering. Second, process integrity. When AI is embedded in a process, that process needs to be documented honestly, not how people believe it should work, how it actually works. The gap between the official process and the actual behavior is where AI governance failures tend to accumulate because the AI is trained on the official version and deployed into the actual one. Third, accountability integrity. Every AI-assisted decision needs a named human accountable for the outcome. Not accountable for the AI's recommendation, accountable for the decision. That distinction matters enormously for organizational integrity. When accountability is distributed across a system that includes an AI, it tends to evaporate. Someone needs to own it. Here's what it looks like to build an integrity-first AI environment. It's not a compliance exercise. It's a culture project with 3 practices. Practice 1. Audit the data before you train. Before you deploy any AI system that learns from historical data, run a human audit of that data for known integrity gaps. This isn't a comprehensive data quality exercise. It's a targeted review of the data sources most likely to carry organizational bias or selective reporting. You'll find things. That's the point. Practice 2. Create a safe channel for AI concern reporting. Your employees are going to notice when AI systems produce outputs that seem wrong, biased, or inconsistent with reality. Build a channel for them to report those concerns without fear of being seen as obstructive. The employees closest to AI outputs often have the best early warning on integrity failures. Use that proximity. Practice 3. Separate AI recommendation from AI accountability. Make it a visible, deliberate practice in your organization to distinguish between what the AI recommended and what the human decided. When a decision is made with AI assistance, document both the recommendation and the human's reasoning for accepting or departing from it. That documentation is your integrity record. AI didn't create the integrity problems in your organization, but it will find them. The question is whether you get there first. The leaders who are building AI governance on a foundation of organizational integrity aren't just protecting themselves from regulatory risk. They're building something that actually works, an AI environment where the outputs are trustworthy because the inputs are honest and the accountability is real. That's the architecture of integrity, and it starts before the first model is deployed.